Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a full face tutorial of first impression products. So it's going to be all products that I have never used before. There are some that I have used, but I don't really focus on them too much. Some of them are brand new products for everyone. Some of them are just brand new products for me. A lot of them are some of the new hot products out there. So it will be good for you guys to see what I think of them. So I hope you enjoy this video. Let me know if you want to see more videos like it. And yeah, let's jump right in. Okay, so for starters, I did already prime my face. I didn't want to do it on camera. I don't have anything super new to talk to you guys about. I also went ahead and did my eyebrows off camera. For today's video, I have two different foundations that I want to use. One is high-end and one is drugstore. The first is the Too Faced Born This Way. I've heard a lot of good things about this foundation, and it's fairly priced for a higher end foundation. So I was really excited to try it out. It was super easy to find in my shade. So there was actually probably like 4 or 5 different shades that I could have walked out with and they would have worked. And I think it'll actually kind of still work for me in the summer too, because it does have a little bit of a golden hue in it. I am in the shade Natural Beige, and like I said, it was right in the middle, so it was very easy to find. And then I am also going to test out the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Glow. I think this is fairly new to the makeup world, but it is brand new to me. So I'm not going to be using it all over my face, but I am going to use it in some areas just so I can kind of get an idea of what they are like. To apply my foundation today, I am super stepping out of my comfort zone. I am trying one of these new little silicone things. Supposedly they are supposed to stop you from using too much makeup. My friend Jerry bought me one because she's the best, so I figured why not try it. So I'm going to start with a small amount because I'm not really sure how it's going to apply. It looked kind of like they were just like spreading it around in the video, so I'm trying to do that, and it definitely is putting my makeup on, but I don't know that I would only use this. I might actually go in later on and use a damp beauty blender. I'm kind of addicted to them, and for me, I just feel like I can't see it without. But I do think that this is great for actually applying the makeup, and then with the beauty blender, you can go through and do some extra blending. So now that I have gone on and applied the foundation with this guy, I am going to go in with a damp beauty blender. I'm going to spray it with some Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. It is my favorite primer water to work with. Like I said, this is the Born This Way foundation by Too Faced, and I really like it. It's definitely, they call it, I believe, medium to full, but I'm going to give it more towards full. Now for my drugstore foundation, I'm going to go in with the Infallible Pro Glow. I don't believe I told you before, this is in shade 204 Natural Buff. And it says it is up to 24 hours. I don't know why anyone would be needing to wear their makeup that long, but whatever. There is a matte one as well, but anything that says glow, I'm like, okay, yeah, let's check that out, because, you know, I love a good highlight, and I really do like my makeup to be dewy, especially this time of year because my skin is so dry. So this one says to actually apply with a beauty blender, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm not going to put too much on. I'm just going to add a little bit to my cheekbone and areas that I would highlight, just so I can kind of see what the product is like. And I do like it. I'm going to add a little bit more up here too, because I used a little bit too much. It is more liquidy than I thought it would be, but not in a bad way at all. I actually really like it. I think that it's definitely adding a glow. You can see there is already a little bit of a highlight on my cheek. Now I'm going ahead, I'm doing the same on this side. I do like both of these foundations a lot. I will have to try this one out on my skin without the other one, obviously, because like I said, I'm just adding a little bit more dewiness, but this would be really good if you need to be dewy in certain areas. So if you're extra dry in certain areas versus areas that you might be a little bit more oily in, then you could kind of just avoid the oily areas. And I like to mix foundations all the time, because if you have combination skin, then not every part of your skin needs the same thing. So now that we have all of our foundation on, I am going in with the Born This Way Radiant Concealer. I've heard a lot of good things about the concealer. I got the shade Light. I wanted to get one that was a little bit darker than I would normally do, just because I know that summer is coming up. I'm going to go ahead and apply that under my under eye. And this is the first concealer I am using other than the Shape Tape in a long time. So I really think that everyone should be giving me some serious credit for finally branching out. But I'm pleasantly surprised. I really, really, really like the way that this applies. And people do not talk about this foundation that much. So I'm kind of surprised because I think that it's a good one and it's not that expensive, and you can actually get your hands on it, unlike Shape Tape. But I mean, I don't know if anything will ever be as good as Shape Tape. So going to quickly just apply some on my forehead area here and down my nose. You know the drill with that. And a little bit on my Cupid's bow. And now I do want to try to do it with this a little bit. And it is actually working. I do think that this works. I think especially for, like I said earlier, applying the foundation, but it's really not that bad for spreading. The only problem is it really is trying to like put all the product on there, and with a damp beauty blender, especially in the other under eye area, you're kind of wanting to pick some of that product up. You're putting a lot on, but then you're wanting to kind of pick up the excess. That's the whole point of it being wet. So I think that this is great, but probably more, like I said, just for applying foundation and not necessarily for concealer or areas that you really want to blend. Or at least you could use it in like the beginning of stages of blending and then kind of use this in the end to touch it all up. And I really like the way this is blending. It smells so good. I don't know what the smell is, but it smells almost like coconuts, and I actually really like the shade too. Next up, I am so excited for this. It is the Hoola Quickie Contour Stick. You guys know I'm all about a cream contour, especially if it is in a stick form. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it where I normally would, on the cheekbones and coming down, of course, on the side of the nose. I really do like the way this is applying it. It's very creamy. I will say in the summer, it might not necessarily be a contour for me. It might be a little bit too light, but we'll see. I'm going to go through and just blend it out quick with this. And this stuff is blending out really, really, really well. So my video stopped working. I don't know why. It was really annoying, but I was going on and on and on. And I went ahead and baked the face. And like I said, the fallout, I'm not really sure how it's going to be in this palette I'm going to use. So I wanted to make sure I did it really good. So I even went in and added a little bit with this brush here. It's from Unique. Kind of just added little ends there, and that is a trick to make your eyeshadow sharp. Now I am so excited. This is my very first product from Jeffree Star. I am going to be using the Androgyny palette. As soon as I saw it, I knew I needed to have it. And with this color right here, it is called Safe Word, and I just love these names. And I'm just gonna go in and start kind of, oops, got a little bit too much product. Maybe should have knocked off a little bit. And I'm just going to go in and get a nice base on the eyes. I'm doing a blue and green look today because these blues and greens are kind of really inspiring me, and I have something fun to use a little bit later. So for now, I'm just trying to really make sure that I'm getting everything in here. And I will tell you that I like the way they are blending. When I first put it on, I was like, oh no, girl, that is too much. Now I'm going to go in with this color right here. It is Swallow because it's called Swallow, and it's blue, and I just love it. So I'm going to use that. I am going to tap off a lot because there isn't a lot of fallout on the mattes in this palette so far that I've used, but you never know. And ooh, okay. Get it, Jeffree. The quality of this palette is better than a lot of palettes I've used in a really long time. Sorry, it's better than Kylie's in my opinion. But I'm just going to try to kind of smoke it out with the blue, going from this corner into this. I'm going to be using a different color kind of in the center, so I just want it to all look really pretty together. I will say the only thing about this color is I thought it was going to be more of a blue as you can see, but it might be because of the way I mixed it with the greens. I'm not sure, but we'll try to get a little bit more of that in there after I add some other colors on. Now I'm going to go in with Poison, which is this really pretty color here. It's kind of like a turquoisey. I'm realizing I'm using all the mattes in here, but whatever. I am going to be using this palette for a long time, girl. So I will be using all the colors because I am into this one. So I am going to dip in Poison. Now I'm going to just kind of cover my eyes a little bit more. Instead of just in the V area, I'm going to be going all around. Instead of just in the crease, I want it kind of to be coming down, and you can see these colors are really buildable, and what I like most about this palette is you can do a look start to finish. So I am done with the Jeffree Star palette for now. All in all, I absolutely loved it. And now I'm going to go in with like my new favorite thing that is everyone's new favorite thing. And it is the Stila Magnificent Metals. I have them in the shades Rose Gold Retro, which is probably my favorite, and Smoky Storm. It's like, I'll show you swatches of them. They're really pretty. Rose Gold Retro is absolutely gorgeous. And then Smoky Storm is kind of like it's like silver, but it's a little bit darker. They have a regular silver and a black, and this one I would say is kind of in the middle. But recently they came out with 3, I believe they're actually called duochromes. They're still the Magnificent Metals, but they're not called duochromes on here, but online they are. This one is Into the Blue. There's 2 other shades. There's a pink and a lighter pink, but this is like a blue. My gosh, just look at that. That is like all of my mermaid dreams are coming true. So I do love the formula for these. They're super easy to use. I absolutely love them. And like I said, I have used them before, but this color is new to me. So I am going to go ahead and I'm kind of just going to start applying it a little bit right in the center. And less is more with these. You do not need a ton. Now I'm going to use another unique brush, but any brush will do. I'm just going to kind of spread it around. You can also do this with your finger. And I'm just going to add a little bit more and go a little bit higher. Like I said, glitter is hard to take off once it's on. So the slower you add it and the less you add at a time, the better. But oh my God, this color, this shade is insane. So I ended up using like covering the whole eyelid basically because I couldn't stop myself. So I'm going to go back in with a little bit of the Poison and a little bit of this Swallow just mixed together. And I'm just going to kind of blend on the outside and the inside. And you can see the pigment is starting to come in. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of Poison and a little bit of the Swallow, both the blue shades I used. And just line my under eye. Now I'm going through with a brush. Doesn't have any product on it. Just smoking it all out. And sadly, I do not have any bronzers that are new to me, but I am going to go in with the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. This is in the shade Bronzer. It's just in a different language. Good job, Laura. So I went ahead and finished my eyes. I added a wing, of course. I used the Stila liquid liner, and then I added some lashes. I believe they were the Allure lashes I get them from Ulta, but I'm sure you can find them other places as well. And then I also added mascara on the bottom, and I'm going to use Tarte's palette, and I'm going to use these colors up here. Iconic and Montage, and these are super, I've used this palette a million times, but they are super pigmented, so I definitely like to tap off and then start here and just kind of work my way up. Normally I wouldn't care too much about, whoa, I did a little too dark there. Normally I wouldn't care too much about the blush, but I want to see how the next product that I'm going to be using lays on top of it. So last but certainly not least is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Palette with Nicole Guerrera. It is absolutely gorgeous. I am super obsessed with these colors here, but I'm also really excited to try these ones as well. They're all peachy, pinky, glowy tones. I love them so much. I am going to try this white one first. It is called Forever Lit, just because we all know how much I love a good shiny white highlight. And normally, lately, I've been using this brush. It is from Sephora. It is the Tight Contouring Precision 79 Pro Contour Brush. I love the tip of it. It is absolutely amazing for highlighting and kind of just getting right in there. But I'm going to try this smaller brush. It is the Tapered Blending from Beam Gyacha. I don't know what came in my Ipsy, but let's try it out and see. Ah, yes, hunty. Woo! Look at that highlight. I am beyond impressed. It is lit to the frickin' moon. No wonder it is called Forever Lit. Good God. It is absolutely beautiful. Now, just for some fun, I'm going to try to throw on some of this Forever Young and Kitty Cat over top. You can, oh my God. A little bit goes a long way, and this highlight, this is my new favorite highlighting palette. Sorry, Champagne Pop, I'm over you. I know it's been a long, lovely road together, but I'm over you. So I'm going to put a little bit on my nose. And then a little bit on my Cupid's bow with that white color. I'm applying this little mini Tarte paint, lip paint in the shade MF1. That's what it says on the bottom. Oh, Delish, I guess, is the shade. And I'm applying that just because I'm going over something new on top. This is kind of new to me. I have this in a different shade, but it's a darker color and I don't love the formula. I can already tell the formula on this lighter one is much better. And then lastly, over the top, just a little bit in the center. I had this shade a long time ago, but I never got to use it. And I lost it. It is ColourPop Cosmetics, and it is in the shade. I'm really just having trouble today. It is in the shade Queen, and Queen is spelled K-W-E-E-N, so you know that I love it. And it's just a pretty metallic. I've used their metallics before, but this color is new to me, and I really do love it. It's really pretty. It's not too crazy. Thank you for watching this video. I know it was a little bit longer than usual, but I wanted to really make sure that I was giving you all the information on the products, and I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on Instagram at According to Lauren Tracy. That's where I post. Anytime that I post a new YouTube video, I'll always let you know on there. So yeah, I hope you have a great day, and make sure you come back and check out what other videos I have for you guys. Bye!